Kind of sad. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Goddamn right I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awful.
I know your philosophy is not to look back at all. Is there any sense, any advantage at all embracing what you did against this team recently because of the
No.
success you had? There's
No.
nothing you can grab out of it?
No. Well, I shouldn't say, for me, as far as preparing, we prepare, we try to get better every day. But for the players, they beat them. You know, they should feel good about that. It is the best team in the league. Deep team. They have a lot of things going for them, and they found a way to beat them. So if you go in and play them and you get spanked 7-0, and you come back and play them the next time, that may affect you. But you go in and you beat them in a crazy game, they should feel good about that. For players, but I guess the way I'm answering it, Dave, is in my preparation, we're always looking at how we're playing at this point in time. Not so much who we're playing against, who we played against, it's how we're playing now. And so in our preparation, we're always trying to get better that way. But for players, it's a different story, a psyche thing. Is we beat them last time. And so that's a good thing as you enter tonight's game.
Bob tonight?
Bob is playing tonight, yeah.
We just having his presence back in that line.
Well, he's our number one guy, and everybody in that room in the organization knows how hard this guy works. He is one of our hardest workers, and as far as what he was doing for us at the point in time that he was hurt, his game was coming. Your team plays off your goalie, and he's well liked, he's well respected. It's just good to have him back in it. It was good to have him just back up the other night, to have him in the locker room. So we're really anxious to get playing in front of him and see where we go.
Other changes, John, will Hartnell come out?
Hartnell's out, yes. Yep. Other changes, so Borky goes in, the defense will stay the same. So Hartsey and Toots are out. Still in. Yep.
You've got some points coming out of your defense the past few games, adding to their offense. Is that maybe a byproduct of knowing the system better or gaining some more confidence?
No, I just think it, like Jack's goal, it's just putting a puck to the net. He does that 10 times a game, trying to get the puck to net. It happens to go in there. I think we have spent a number of video clips in trying to open up the neutral zone to get our D involved, to use that back ice as far as getting our D involved. Jonesy has embraced it. I think he's helped us there. And I think bringing Cody back in. Cody, since he's made some mistakes defensively, but he's always up the ice. So I think down in that end of the ice, when there's just 6 of them and they're talking to one another and they see one guy up the ice, they all want to get up there. So big part of being consistent offensively is your back end creating something. So hopefully that'll continue. We're still struggling to really be consistent in getting our team offense involved and being more consistent there. Hopefully we keep on getting more from the back end. We'll feed off of it.
You just shake your head a little bit when you look at Washington's. 8 regulation losses through 45 games. It's historically one of the best.
Oh, sure. And you look at their lineup. They're deep, and they have a goalie that's with a .935 or .932 save percentage. I know their coach very well, good friend of mine, very well coached team. I think one of the biggest difference with Trotzy coming in there, I think they play as a team. I played against them a lot when I was in New York, and they were really talented, but it was a bit scattered. And as far as the team concept, that's how Barry Trotz lives. So I think he's brought some stability that way with that club. Berehowski, he's beginning to grow. Knutsev, you go right through their lineup. They're a good team. But in this game here, in a national, they on every given night, it's going to be a close game. If you play correctly, we can make this a close game and try to find our way like we did the last time. Not fear them, respect them, but still play our game.
John, here at home, you've been better. I know that was a focus for you early. What's behind the little modest run of home?
Yeah, we've chipped away. We've kind of chipped and knee-jerked a little bit here and there. It's just trying to be better at home, trying not to. I think when we put ourselves I just showed 4 clips. Our first 3 shifts of the second period, the last game when it's 1-1, or excuse me, 1-0. We get east-west in our first 3 shifts in the second period. We turn pucks over, and you can see that first 6 minutes of the game, it starts turning, and then I think Wagner scores a goal. You could feel it, you could see it coming because we weren't playing simple. That is the biggest battle playing at home, is to just keep it simple and go north-south with the puck. I think we've been more consistent that way. I think we've been a simpler hockey team. But when we start playing east-west and try to put on a show, I guess, it comes back and bites you. We caught ourselves in the last game after. I thought we regrouped in the second period there, but you could see it happening. And that's the battle you have playing at home, is your concentration as far as keeping it simple.
As far as Hartnell, I know he apologized yesterday to the team, but was that a decision you had made earlier? You know, in other words,
yeah, and that decision isn't made lightly. To sit out a guy like Toots also, who's probably one of our best competitors, it's easy to bench a guy. It's easy to sit a guy out. That's the last thing that you should do as a coach. And with Toots, I've tried to work through it. I'm just a little concerned about the speed of the game right now. He'll get back in, but it's something for a coach. I say it's easy to do because if a guy's problem, you just bench him. That's not the way you go about it. You got to go through the process. And with Scotty, I've done that. It's been a lack of discipline and a number of different things. And I'm not going to go public with everything, but a number of things that in the past week or so, couple of weeks, we've got to get him back. He's a good player. He's a good player. I like him. But we have to play under a team concept if we're going to continue to grow as a team, and everybody needs to be there with that. So for both guys, it's a lousy thing to do to tell a guy you're not playing, but sometimes you have to make decisions as far as where you're at, and hopefully we'll get them back in and they'll help us progress here.
We talked about Ovechkin's longevity, his talent. Can you get too fascinated with a player like that when you go up against him?
Well, I think you respect him. He's one of the top players in the game. But I don't think he can ever stop him. I think it's a matter of trying to control him. You have to game plan. You have to game plan especially on the power play with him. You have to know some of his tendencies, and I think one of the biggest things is not to backpedal on him, is try to control that neutral zone so he doesn't come right through with speed. Because if you back off and you're tentative against him, he's going to beat you. So we need to be up in fives. We need to, against all their skill players, be up in fives and try to jam that neutral zone and try to get pucks turned over before they're coming through in the blue line. Thank you.
Thanks, George.